You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. How we doing? My, the Chicago Sky, they got it done. Angel Reese had an outstanding game and took it over from the beginning and really never looked back. And the Chicago Sky make me say, my. When you look at it, 92-78, they beat the Los Angeles Sparks and they took them down to the ground. Now, when you look at it, you got to say to yourself, what happened and how did it all come together? Angel Reese had an incredible night tonight. Angel Reese played 32 minutes, 9 of 15, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 5 of 5 from the line, pulled down a total of 12 rebounds, and that's going to put us at 7 on the defense, 5 on the offense. 2 assists, a steal, and finished out the night with a plus 19. That's leading the board. If you look at the Chicago Sky tonight, the entire front line, the starting lineup was in the plus. And that's something that you want to see. And you look at it, shorten the lineup a little bit. Looks like it only went down to Evans as a DNP did not play, coach's decision. So they took care of business, and it also got Cardosa, 5 of 8, 2 of 2, pulling down 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And Cardosa just hammered out the board tonight with 5 blocks and 12 points, finished out a plus coming in there as well. Now, when you get a little bit to it, you look at what they do and how they do it. The Chicago Sky tonight played basketball. They played basketball the way the game has been invented for over 100 years. They did not resort to one-on-one. They resorted to team defense tonight, and they resorted to staying within the offensive game plan. And what do you mean? They went into Cardosa. Cardosa can kick it back out. And you just had an electrifying experience from the Chicago Sky. For a team that was looking down in deep down waters in the destiny. And tonight they had a return of a victor, and that is Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter went out there 31 minutes tonight. Played the game the way it's supposed to be played. 3 of 4. Okay, pulled down 9 rebounds, got 7 assists, and played a game without a turnover. That's right, without a turnover. Okay, and finished a plus 17 after being away with the team, missing the last few games. Okay, so where does that leave the Sky? Sky moved up to 12-22. They got 5 more games to go. And it's going to be one of those things, 6. It's going to be one of those things where they got to win every ball game. Can they do it? Yes, they can. And when you look at it from the Chicago Sky standpoint, one thing you got to remember when you have Angel Reese. Okay, and Angel Reese, I've been saying this for time and time again. When you look at Angel Reese can be an outstanding basketball player. Angel Reese has the ability to shoot the 3, not the confidence, but the ability. And that will come because Angel Reese can shoot it from anywhere on the floor. Okay? She has the ability to get the defensive rebound and sprint the court and get out on the wing. Okay? And she also has the ability and the intelligence to play basketball the right way. And that's what the Chicago Sky did, and they did it well. Now, here's what happens when you do it that well. You got to ask yourself, why don't we not keep doing it that way? Because that's what the Chicago Sky can do, and it can make a huge difference. Okay, and when you get somebody like Angel Reese, okay, and you get Angel Reese out there, and Angel Reese is standing up tall, and you get somebody, like I told you, Angel Reese needs to score points for the Chicago Sky to win. Now, what happened tonight? Angel Reese put down a 24 points on the Sparks, okay? They started out hot, but they cooled off because the Chicago Sky stayed within the game plan, made the efficient passes, was able to score when they needed to do it, and it's just one of those happy moments for Coach Teresa Witherspoon. She doesn't get a chance to enjoy these moments, and she got a chance to do that tonight. And, folks, this is the Chicago Sky, and this is what the Sky do. I mean, they're different from anybody else, I'll tell you that. They have a way with their words, and they believe in what they do. They believe in the team, and it's just more or less not about individuals, as they say. But we got to take it inside, and we're going to go on in here. We're going to listen to the press conference. But I can tell you this, the Chicago Sky. And what have they done, and how are they doing it, and what are they looking at doing going forward? They're looking at getting back on track and seeing how they can make all this come together.
Having to fight for a playoff spot, going through a losing streak is teaching you that being at the top can't necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, nothing in my life has been easy for me, and knowing that I'm ready for this moment, obviously. So being able to just have a core group where we believe in each other. Obviously, we could have let this one slip tonight. And we could have let this one slip tonight, but we focused on the little things, the little details tonight, and we knew how much it meant. We said in the locker room before the game, play this game like it's your last. And we keep going into games like that with that mindset. I mean, the sky's the limit.
How do you feel, Kennedy?
The sky's the limit if you keep doing that and you keep going in there and you actually set out as a team, okay? And you got Witherspoon coming in there. It's a good night for her. You got Trinity Carter's in there. It's a good night for her. And you got Angel Reese, a good night for her. But there's a way to play basketball, and there's a right way and the wrong way. Tonight, the Chicago Sky played the right way. And when you stay in the plan and you let it work itself, and I'll tell you, this is crucial because for the Chicago Sky, it's a different feeling. But once you get a hold of that good feeling, you can hang on to it and keep it for a while. And that's what the Chicago Sky got to do. They've got to hang on to that good feeling.
I feel good. It's good to just get up and down and get my legs back under me and be out there with the girls. It was fun, for sure.
Kennedy, you kind of flirted with a triple-double today, only a couple assists away and only a rebound away, and this is your first game back from a sickness. I mean, what is it? You kind of already answered it, but to just kind of be back on the court and as you got subbed out, crowd gave you a standing ovation, just to know the type of impact that you've made here in Chicago, what does that mean to you?
For me, it means a lot. I haven't been at this place in this moment in my career, I don't think ever. So to feel that from not only our fans, but my teammates and my coaches, make me feel loved, make me feel valued. It's an amazing feeling, bro.
And that's really good coming in there from Trinity Carter. And let me tell you why. Okay, she's really saying, I found a home. I found somewhere that I can be accepted. I've been on other WNBA teams. I've been rejected. But now I found a home with the Chicago Sky. Trinity Carter is a different player. Plays with her heart. Plays with the Texas chip on her shoulder. Can she play basketball? Yes, she can. Is she volatile and gets a little toxic? Yes, she does. But does she want to win? Absolutely. And that's what the Chicago Sky and Coach Witherspoon believe. She can win with the Chicago Sky. And it's good to have Trinity Carter back, changed it, improved everybody's game on the court. And that's what it's about when you want to win basketball games.
You and Camilla both get really comfortable here in the second half, especially with the shooting range. You knocked down a 3 today.
Finally.
What does it mean to you to kind of see that shooting range expand slowly but surely here in the second half? And are you starting to get comfortable taking those outside shots and not just being around the rim?
Yeah, no, it's just a mental thing for me. I mean, I take these shots all the time. I work on them. I was in the gym last night shooting threes like all night, being able to be with my trainer, just doing that and just being able to continue to gain confidence. My teammates continue to tell me to keep shooting. No matter how many times I miss, break, anything, they always tell me to shoot it. And sometimes for myself, like, it's like, let me just go back to my advantage. And that's down low because I was dominating inside. But being able to stretch out, I think it helps my teammates. So I'm going to be whatever my teammates need me to do. And Mariah said, she said, I mean, because she passed it to me, so I guess I need more passes from Mariah.
So that's what you got, folks, and that's how it works in the game. And Angel Reese, I could tell you, just from all the scouting over the years and looking at it, from a WNBA standpoint or even scouting, looking at an NBA standpoint, you got to have a player that you can look at and see, do they have the talent? I mentioned to you, Angel Reese can handle the basketball. She could dribble the basketball very well. Okay, the secondary part is Angel Reese right now has about 15 to 18 feet range, but Angel Reese can stretch out beyond the three-point line and make the shot. Now, what is it coming down to for her to do it? It's confidence. Okay, she's a pro now, not a college player. So you're not in the box. You want to be a stretch 3, and she's a tweener. She's a tweener. She's what you call between a 3 and a 4. Okay, she doesn't have that weight and size to sit down there and hunker down in the block all day long, but it doesn't make sense when you got another player 6'7" that needs that entire block to herself. Okay, that's where Angel Reese becomes a stretch player. She stretches out, gets to her spot, shoots the ball with confidence, knocks it down. I told you for the Chicago Sky to win, it doesn't come from rebounds. Okay, with Angel Reese, it comes from points. Okay, and you got something that's very, very interesting here. And this is what you always want to remember because it's always going to come back home. And I'll tell you, when I looked at it tonight, you look at Angel Reese having a great ball game. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, because I do the same with Clark. But here it is. Angel Reese got 6 turnovers tonight. Okay, but still finished with a plus 19. If you really gravitate that and understand what I mean, 6 turnovers and still led the team at a plus 19. Okay, and you got the entire Chicago Sky, the starters, sitting up in the box and shining, okay? And when you get down to it, on your wear, 5 of 7, didn't hit a 3 tonight, 1 rebound, assist, 2 steals, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Cardosa, 2 steals, Reese a steal, Allen a steal, Carter a steal, Harrison a steal, Turner a steal, okay? You got these players that they can lock and load, and they can go after it. They just have to play basketball the right way. And when you let them play the right way, here's what happens, folks. They get confidence. Okay, but you got to have a coach sitting there that's willing to say, hey, go ahead, don't worry about it. Shoot the ball. I'll take it. Because Witherspoon's the type of coach that says, look, you know what? All the mistakes are mine and the effort is yours. Okay, so lack of effort, that's on you. If you make a mistake, I'll carry you and I'll support you. And that's just how Coach Witherspoon is. He's not changing for nobody. And when you get right to it, that's the way you got to be.
For both of y'all, we talked about spacing and just kind of how you guys have been building on that throughout the season. How did you feel, especially that third quarter today, maybe reflected how you want your spacing to look in the future and where you kind of want that to grow?
Yeah, I think we just went to our advantages and we dominated as best as we could. I think we started by just going back to our principles inside out, and we finally followed the game plan on not just the offensive side but the defensive side. We were handsy, we boxed out and rebound, we looked at our matchups, and going into the first half we let a lot of people score. And just going into the second half, making sure we shut players down. So I think we just came together at the right time and just dominated. I'm really happy for this team because it's been a very long time for us that we came out and punched in the third quarter.
And you know what? That's what you got to do, folks, to feel good about yourself. And the Chicago Sky need to feel good about themselves. They basically had lost going in there 5-6 straight games, and it's not a good feeling when you're losing that way. But when you get a decision, you play basketball the right way, does it make a difference? Absolutely it does. Does it change what you do? Absolutely it does. Does it give you the freedom and the responsibility that you need to have? Absolutely. And then you get a chance where Spoon has got to be able to speak her mind and kind of let you know about her team and how she feels, because she did some things that were special. That's that Chicago locker room enjoying that victory. They're trying to send a message to Coach during the press conference. We here, Coach. We here.
How hard they came out and played tonight. What we talked about in the locker room, about this being like your last game you ever play. You give it everything you have. You leave everything out on the floor, and they did that.
To just see Kennedy's stat line, her first stat line back from all the sickness and being just sideline, how is her energy such a catalyst for you guys offensively, and how important and impactful is she for your offensive identity?
Well, that type of energy is contagious. You know, it gives everybody else an extra boost. She does an incredible job of getting to the rim, you know, really breaking defenses down, and then giving our players easy access to the rim, easy buckets at the rim, easy buckets of just standing and shooting. She makes life a little bit easier because of the attention that she draws. You heard her say that she enjoys double teams. She navigates them well. She plays very low. It's hard to guard when you're playing that low and turning the corner, getting downhill.
That's a beautiful thing from Spoon right there, folks. That's a beautiful thing
So it
from
makes it a lot
Spoon.
easier for us on the
And I'll
offensive
tell
side of the
you
ball.
this, it's one of those things where you just got to look at it.
Spoon,
And
you
you got
talked
to
about
say to yourself, the Chicago Sky are just doing what they have to do. They're getting done things that they just need to get done. And when you look at it, that's what makes life easy for a coach. It doesn't
before
get
the
any
game about
harder.
wanting to
It just
feed
gets
Camilla
easier.
early and often tonight. Kind of how do you grade how the team was able to do that, and what would you like to see that?
Well, we had to make a few adjustments because of how they were trying to defend it. Had to move Angel around just a little bit so they couldn't double as much as they wanted to, which was to their advantage in that first quarter a little bit. We just made our adjustments to kind of open the floor up a little bit for Camilla, especially with our guards getting their feet into the paint and then finding her on the roll, finding her on rip screens. We were finding her and getting the ball to her. So that was huge for us.
And that's what it's about, folks, as you listen to Coach Spoon. She's just letting us know that, we played our game, okay? Talked about Trinity Carter coming back, talked about Trinity Carter loves the double teams and getting open looks for the players. Players just got to stay in the system. You stay in the system, life will get very, very, very good in the game of basketball. Is really easy. But the Chicago Sky, my, I'm telling you, I enjoyed that tonight just watching them play. And when you get to Angel Reese, you just got to know Angel Reese is a different type of player. And she just plays the game so hard. Now, she said she was in the gym all night. And I'll tell you, one of the things I just wish upon Angel Reese is Angel Reese gets in that gym, never gets out. Because here's what you got, folks. You get a player goes in there at night and shoots all night. You know what? You come back in the next night. You better do that every night because Angel Reese put up 24 points, okay? 24 points tonight, led the team. The Sky got the win because of Angel Reese playing basketball and getting that double-double. But not just double-double, just rebounds, doing more than that, being active on defense. And that's what the game is all about. They get the skills and they're active. And when you look at the Chicago Sky, here's one of the things I'll just tell you, and I'll just let you know in this. They are very good at what they do if they believe and trust in what they do. And let me tell you why. Here's the decision. Chicago Sky tonight shot 36 of 70. Okay, that's 51.4%. The Chicago Sky tonight from the three-point line were 7 of 16. Banham knocking down 3. Allen getting 2. And basically 43%. But you talk about feeling good about your shooting. Chicago tonight were 13 of 14 from the line, 92%. Okay? You got to look at that and say that's good basketball. That's how you win at basketball. Turnovers tonight, you got to look at it. Angel Reese has 6, but when you get in there and you're battling, you're giving that type of performance, you're going to have that many turnovers, but we got to look at it because it is what it is. Now, if you look at, what did they do on the defensive end and how did they stop the Sparks? Here's the deal. Sparks, 29 of 66, 43.9%. Got up there at the three-point line. They didn't shoot it well, 5 of 20. Okay, 25%. And they also went in there 75% from the line, 15 of 20. Now, when you get into it, they really got after it. They couldn't control the boards. But the turnovers tonight for both teams extremely low. Okay, but the difference was the shooting percentages. And if you look at that, the Sky got 4 more shots and shot 50%. That's winning basketball in the WNBA. Angel Reese double-double tonight, but the cap of it all is she got 24 points. Trinity Carter returned and didn't have a turnover, was able to give him 30 minutes tonight. So they got their leader back, and they were able to thrive in the situation. The Chicago Sky. They jumped in there. They got a few games they got to go. They're planning on trying to wrap it up, and they're really going to be trusted in the game plan now because not only did it get them a win, you got to understand Chicago started out tonight in the first quarter. Okay, they won that by a point, battled out, but you keep on going down the line. In the second quarter, okay, they bounced back and they outscored them 29-22. In the third, they kept it running strong, 27-19, and just paired them up in the second for a 92-78 victory, and they'll take that. They'll take that. You got to build on something somewhere. Like I told you the other night, it's not about making the playoffs and making your goal the playoffs. The goal should be to win a game. You can only do this one game at a time. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. All things are possible to those who believe. We promise to get better and better so you can go higher and higher. We appreciate you and your comments and your likes, and we're just going to keep on doing it, and all things are possible to those who believe.